Hello and welcome to my lesson today. Today we'll be learning about opening a Word program and creating a document and saving in Word, okay? So let's start by opening the Word program. We'll go to Start. We click on Start. We can get the Word program here, Word 2013, and click on it. After clicking, we wait for the program to load. Okay, we close this button here. So the Word program is loading. So don't click many times. You just need to wait for the program to open. Okay. So we can see the Word program is opened. So we can see we have a blank document there. So we click on the blank documents. So now our document is open, our blank page. So usually our blank page is defaulted at the A4 size paper, okay? So once you can look at the screen, you can see that it is the size of the A4 documents, okay? So this is the paper size is A4 size, okay? Here you can see my cursor blinking. It's where we start typing, okay? So here, as I taught you, we have the title bar, we have the ribbon menu, and we have our documents area. Down here we can see the status bar, which tells us we're in page 1 of 1 with 0 words. We have read mode, some views here, print layouts, web layouts, and we have zoom here. You can zoom in or out, okay? So let's start typing, okay? As we did last time, we can remember we use the keyboard when we are typing. So let me put my on-screen keyboard. Very good, there it is. I just need to type here and my on-screen keyboard is there. So I'll press the mouse down here and move it here, okay? So I wish to remind you about the most important keys when typing. So we have our number keys, and we have some symbols. If you look at those number keys, you can see that they have other symbols, okay, on top. Like this one, number 1, we can see an exclamation mark. I want to zoom. So we can see the number 1 here has an exclamation mark. So how would I use the exclamation mark? So that's when this key comes to use. It is called Shift. You're going to press Shift together with number 1 at the same time. So I'm going to press on Shift plus number 1, okay, to get an exclamation, okay? I've pressed it many times, okay? That's an exclamation mark. Now I want to use number 2, which has the @ symbol. So again, I'll use the Shift key and press number 2. So Shift key and press number 2. So have the @ symbol, okay? I want to use the number 4 here, which has the dollar symbol. I'll press Shift and number 4. So that's how we get our symbols, okay? So that's where we know how to use the Shift key. We find Shift key on both sides of the keyboard. Maybe I want to use just one capital letter and I don't want to use capital letters for all the sentence. So I'll just press Shift and a single letter. I remove the caps lock, Shift and letter A. It gives me a single capital letter. Okay. Now let's start typing. So as I had showed you, we have the backspace which allows us to remove words that we don't want from the left. So I'll just backspace and rub. Okay, I want to write just a single paragraph so that I can show you how we use other tools in Word. Okay, so I'll just write a simple sentence. We use the keyboards to write on the computer. I made a mistake, computer. Okay, we use the keyboard to write on the computer. I put a full stop. A full stop, you can see it's here at the bottom of this key, which has this symbol written on it. So the full stop, I just type normally. Okay, okay, a mouse. Okay, I have a mistake. So when you see words underlined in red, means there's a mistake. Okay, so let me rub. What I did not put a space, so then I use my space bar and continue typing. So I press shift key for a single capital letter. A mouse is used for pointing and clicking on programs. Full stop. So I have a sentence there. I hope you can see. Let me zoom back to normal view so that you can see how my work looks like. So this is how my sentence looks like. Okay, so I want to teach you a few formatting tips. Okay, I do not have a title for my work. The first thing you should have a title. So I'm going to put my title in my document. So I'm going to move my mouse back to the first sentence, the first letter, click there and enter. Once I enter, I've created a space. So I'll click up here and you can see my mouse is flickering, the cursor is flickering. Okay, so I want to put a heading. So let me write. I'll put it in capital letters. Okay, so let me rub. This is how we get to learn how to type. We type, if you see a mistake, you just use the backspace key to rub. So I'm going to press my caps lock. You can see it is selected there. So then I type in capital letters, the computer lesson on creating documents in our Word program. Now I have my heading. Okay, so let me show you today how to create a title which catches the eye. Okay, so what I'll do now is highlight my sentence, okay, the one which I want to make to be a title or a heading for my documents. So I will bring my mouse here, click on the first letter, then I press the left mouse down and select, drag the mouse to the end of the sentence. There are many ways to do it, or I can point at the title with the mouse, it turns to a white arrow, then click once and I have my title selected. It's called selected or highlighting. Okay, you see it turns to a gray color. So I'm ready to do some formatting. Okay, I'm ready to change the appearance of my work. Okay, now you can see here on the home menu we can see this B, meaning bold. Make your text bold. Okay, I'll click on it. Next I will come to the U. underline. I'll click on the U. Next, I'll come here. It tells me font size. This will be the size of my writing, okay? I'll click on the small arrow you can see beside it here. Let us zoom here a bit. See what, no, you can see it clearly. This font size button, I click on it and make my heading to 26. Okay, now I can come here to this tool. It says font color. I click, I make my heading to be a blue color. I click on the blue color. Doesn't my document look different? It looks different and attractive. So that is called formatting. Okay, I have used 4 tools. I have used the bold, I have used the underline, I have used the font size, and I have used the font color. That's called changing the appearance of a document. Changing the appearance of a document. Now, I want to show you, once we assume I've finished typing, okay? But I want to continue another day, to continue with this document. I had not finished writing, but I have to do it later. So, what do I do so that I continue to work on this document? So, I will come here to this file menu. You can see my mouse is pointed at file and click. Then you can see the menu which drops down. There is info, new, open, save, save as, print, share, export, close, account options. So I will click on save. Okay, so the computer brings me to another place asking me save as. Okay, now it's showing me this computer sign, and here it's showing me recent folders. Okay, so I will save in my documents folder. So I will click on the my documents folder, then wait. Now what has happened is that we have another menu called Save As. Okay, this dialog box shows us the Windows library. So here we have the documents library. Okay, we can see some other folders inside there. On this side, the left side, we can see some small pictures indicating desktop downloads, recent places. So those parts of the saving screen come inbuilt with the Windows program. Okay, so you'll just find them automatically, they'll come. So we are on my documents library. Okay, so you can see here the most important part where we have to take care is here where it's rated file name. Okay, this is the heading or the title of our document. Okay, so I have my title there. It has come automatically. Computer lesson on creating a document in a Word program. So what I'll have to do is just click on save, and I'm back to my documents. So the next thing I have to do is close. So I'll close first my on-screen keyboard. I no longer need it. Then, as I had talked earlier about the control keys, I'll come here to the close button and close. Okay, so we'll be back on the desktop and we have closed the program. Okay, we have closed the document which we are working on. So let's learn later about opening a saved document. Bye bye. About today's lesson about Word, I want to sheds a light on the Word programs. The one I'm using is Word 2013, okay? So we have many versions of Word, like we have 205, we have Word 207, we have Word 208, we have Word 2010. So we have different versions of Microsoft Word programs. So what is common about them is that it does not change much. If you've used Microsoft Word 7 and 10 and even the one of 2013, there is even 2016, is that they have common features, okay? The file menu and the menu bars and saving, all those tools you usually find them at the same place you did on other versions of Word. So don't get worried a lot much if you don't have the 2013 Word version that I'm using. You can learn with your 207 or 2010 or 2016 Word program. Most of the tools remain the same, especially for formatting, for saving, for opening and closing, okay? So that's good to note that Word programs, they don't change much, so you can learn with this one which I'm teaching you with. You don't have to install a new program, just find the common features and let's continue learning. Okay, bye bye.